Good morning. Before the sun come up, we was out walking because Bear wanted a wee and then he still wouldn't settle. I thought, okay, let's go for a wander. So we all went out. Batty? He's fine. So we all went out on this wander and we walked quite a way and then came back. Bear's really unsettled today, but we've had a good walk. The chickens are out in their pen. Elsa and Batty are messing about. I've made a brew, but I've not been able to have it yet because Bear was a bit grumpy, so he's sat out here and I'm going to sort out the teepee, which is why I'm stood behind the teepee. So this is where I'm starting this morning. I've also cleaned out the fire. I want to show you something. And here's some ash, wood ash around the base of the fire. There's nothing been burnt in there other than wood and paper and cardboard, so that will feed this pear tree. It will head towards an extra, it produces not only nitrogen but quite a few other ones, and I'm gonna write up about it because I'm terrible with remembering these names and things. But basically a lot of the stoned fruit like plums and cherries and pears and olives, ash does really well as a little fertilizer, so you can get it and put it on your trees. I put some around there, but I'd not been saying, so the pine trees had a bit of ash. 2 conifers that we had, they've got a bit of ash as well, and it's basically just distributing your ash wisely. There's loads of other tricks for ash. Ash is a really good thing for birds and that to have a little peck at occasionally. It's great to make like an ash tea to fertilise your plants and that over summer. It's amazing. You can put fire out with ash, believe it or not, because it can suffocate it. It can add as an extra fertiliser to compost once you've made it, but human manure compost really doesn't need it. Although you can put a little bit in, you really don't need to put any in at all, but you can use it for other stuff, and it's excellent for tomatoes. So yeah, I will do a write-up about that and put it on our Creative Roots Portugal Facebook page. So I shall go and get tidied up in the teepee. Okay, so I came to put the short mattress in the geodome while I finished sorting the teepee. I'm really fucking upset because the people that I allowed, that I welcomed into my home, have stolen from me. They've left behind one blanket. They've took my brand new fucking duvet that I bought especially for volunteers so they could be warm when they came. That is out of fucking order. You shouldn't steal from people. You fucking left a blanket that you could have took that was yours and you took from me. It's one thing taking the cups. You can think, oh, okay, maybe they took the cups by accident. It's quite obvious, you know, cups with handles, plastic, that were mine. But to then take from a community that's just setting up, when you know the fucking struggles that I have, when you know that I'm putting everything I can into this and that I've gone out of my fucking way to pay and put clothes on your fucking back. And my own daughter's waiting till after Christmas because I've spent money on you guys. I hope you're ashamed of yourselves. And I know that Calm will sort it, but to take like that is absolutely ridiculous, and I am really fucking angry right now. really fucking angry. Like, I didn't give for anything in return. But I really hoped in my deepest heart that you would never, never steal and take from me or take from the community, because it isn't just me. As you realise, there's other people involved too. It's people that take and steal that give volunteers a bad name. But thankfully I've been a volunteer and I know they're not all bad. And you're not bad either. But to do that, that's seriously crazy. It's imbalanced. And to stand there. Well, I wished you well and I said to you, you know, don't take from me, just take what's yours. But it'd been too late, hadn't it? Because you'd already taken your stuff and mine during the night. Well, I'm really fucking cross and I'm really going to have to think about this. Because that is well and truly something that you've thought about. It's not something you do by accident. You don't accidentally put a fucking king-size duvet into your suitcase and take it off. You knew it wasn't yours. You knew you were taking from other people that come to the community. Gutted. Absolutely fucking gutted. Okay. So, I'm trying to calm down because I'm really tense and I'm really, really sad. Because taking from someone goes against my core values. I want to share something with you. When I was homeless and I was 15 and I lived on the streets of Manchester and partially in a punk squat in Longsight, and we had this agreement. We agreed that it wasn't right to steal. It certainly wasn't right to steal off each other. And we should, if one person has money, then we all have the money in the way that it used to be called Gyro Day. So if someone got their gyro, which was their paycheck, their benefits, on that day that person would get the food, they'd get some tobacco, and often we'd celebrate with pizza butties and bean burgers. And it was awesome. Right, we have I have very, very happy memories of bean burgers and the kitchen, and just Alex's pet mould and stuff like that. We knew that even though we all didn't have very much at all, we knew that it wasn't the money that was valuable. It was how we spent our time, what we chose to do. And we chose to take care of each other and to look out for each other. And we chose to share, you know, and what was mine was theirs kind of thing. And what was theirs was mine. I had very, very little that I could contribute. You know, I used to ask people for 10 pence for the phone box or for the bus. And for a bus ticket, and some people would give me like 10 pence or 20p or a quid, and when I had enough for say, I don't know, backy or something like that, or to put towards some food, then I'd go and we'd all look at what we had, and then we'd take what we had, the money we had, and we'd buy stuff for all of us and we'd share it. And it was a thing that we never stole off each other. We'd never steal off our families, never steal off our friends. But we would buy stolen goods if and only if it had come from a large corporation. So we didn't agree, and we wouldn't hang out with the people that stole from other people. And we knew that there was different groups on the streets, and some groups did. They used to hang out and look out for students to steal the mobile phones and things like that, because students apparently were good targets back then. I have no idea what it was now, but I asked a lot of questions and they was always giving me answers and taking care of me. And for me, to take from someone who shared their space with you is a no-no. To take from someone who's fed you is a no-no. To take, like, someone who puts you up or gives you clothes and stuff like that, no, you don't. You know, it's not like I've got insurance or anything like that. I'm not a big corporation. I'm not even able to earn much money, and I can't earn money because, well, I can earn money. I can. And I did go out and earn some money mechanicking, and I have got the ability to hold space for people, but I did need internet to do so, and I did need power, and I did need a tidy space. And I've been working on that and aiming for that. But I kept saying, like, we can't litter, we can't just leave the place looking a mess. I want to be able to bring people here. And I explained now what I'll be able to bring clients here who will pay me to do sessions and stuff. And I hold space for people, and people don't want to be greeted with a mess when they arrive. And it was like, yeah, we understand. And now I find that that's been taken. That was my one and only duvet. I have blankets on my bed and I've been all right, although there was a couple of nights where I've got a bit cold and I thought, you know, I would have liked the duvet, but it's better off with them because they hadn't got the ability to have a fire where I have. And, you know, as if you remember back when the girls was here, I came into the geodome, into the tiny bear cave to give them the geodome because I was in it, because I thought they'd all be warmer in there than they were in their own tents. So they all jumped in my bed, and I came in here on the camp bed. And it's like, for them to take something is really low. They've taken from someone, and I'd love to know the logic of it, because they said that they've got all they need where they're going and all that lot. When I asked, you know, will you be all right? I didn't say that, did I? I did, but it wasn't quite like that. I said, look, you need to take your tools with you. You're going to be needing them. And he said, oh, no, they've got everything where I'm going. I said, well, I know what it's like. I know that I need my tools. That's, you know how protective I am over my tools and wanting things back where they are. You know, When you've done a job, I always say, can you put the tools back, please? Can you make sure everything goes where it was when you took it? And the reason for that is because that's how you can earn an income. If you've always got your tools, you're always able to generate money somehow. So as much as you're thinking that it's all right, you don't know what they've got. And it may be all right or it may not be. And you might then need to generate some money and then, And he said, oh, all right then. So then he separated and he took, or I thought he took, his tools. I've not fully gone through the geodome because after I realised that the duvet was gone, and I looked at the bedding and I was left with 2 mouldy pillows. I can't believe that human beings sleep on pillows like that, because there was clean bedding. There was bedding that was clean and blankets and sheets and stuff. So it would have been better to fold them up or use 3, 4, 5 sheets than to sleep on that kind of state of pillow. It's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, it's disgusting, but they obviously liked it. And for me, I think that it's really unhealthy. I'm surprised he didn't cough or, you know what I mean? A 13-year-old lying on that kind of thing and breathing it in. If I'd have known, I'd have thrown him away. I'd have probably tried to buy him another. I'd got a pillow in ready for wash that's in better condition than that. They didn't say out. And they've left their blanket, which obviously is, I don't even know if it's washable. But yeah, I just don't get the logic of why you'd take from someone and why you'd do that. It really has knocked me sick. But there's not much that can be done now other than a message if he's not blocked me. And say, hey, I want you to return what you've taken. And it's one thing saying, oh, I've got no this, that and the other. That's not good enough. I want it back. Even if he posts it to an address. Because it's ridiculous. It's not fucking £6 Asda's duvet. It's IKEA's king size, cold weather duvet. And duvets are not cheap in Portugal. And it's specifically for volunteers to use when they come. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to keep going on about it. I've been trying to work out in my head and find some logic, some reasoning, some way of coming to terms with what's happened. Because I know full well, there is no way this would stop me ever from receiving people and helping people. No, never. I've many times I've helped people out and given them everything that I possibly could and gone without to make sure that they're all right. And many times people have been very grateful, and on occasion people have taken the piss, but it's never stopped me. I've just had to change my boundaries. And of course we've now installed the Creative Roots Portugal boundaries, which is, and that was before this had happened. So now I'm thinking that whoever comes is going to have to provide a reference, because I don't want people who've been stealing to be here. You know, nothing here is stolen, everything is paid for, and that has been respected. And everything, that the money has not ever been stolen, it has provided for things. I've been earning my living honestly, because that is the way that I live, you know. So yeah, I'll continue to think, and I'm sorry for going on. And I'm really grateful for David to listen to me earlier when I was like in shock. Well, tea time, I think, as in cup of tea time. Okay, I'm feeling a fair bit better now. I've spent the afternoon, I washed my hair, and I put Rising Appalachia on. And I've been cleaning the roof in the bell tent. So I've cleaned a fair bit, but still needs plenty more, but it's a start. As far as cleaning the geodome went, I've virtually emptied it. It's really bizarre that we have a few clothes there that belong to the lads. They left the saucepan behind, left a bedsheet that wasn't mine, that I'd not seen before, and this blanket. Like I say, I don't think I can get that washed, I'm not sure. It's massive, and it's wool, so it'd be a nightmare to dry. But yeah, and the TP, pretty good actually. Surprised how much I've managed to do. So now I've just got to build the bathroom cabinet that's in there waiting to be built, and rejig in here so I can bring some of the stuff in. It's getting near to dark now, and I've had my tea, and the dogs have had theirs. Only Batty's too busy wanting to play with Elsa to want to eat, because she's in season at the moment. Now Batty's been done and Bear's been done, only Batty's definitely full of the joys of spring, and it's only the start of winter. So there we go. So I'm gonna go and take them for a wander now while there's still light, and then get back, because the chickens don't want to go out and go back into bed yet. They look really quite happy there. So I give them a little bit of tomato and had a little word. And now I'm going to put my jacket on and take them for a walk. And then when I get back, I'll pop the chickens in bed. And I'll make the video for today. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm going to get some more jobs done. David said he'd come round, gives a lift with some of the bigger stuff that I can't lift, which is brilliant. So I'll be able to get the water heater out of the chicken pen. I think I'm going to sell it, and I put it up for sale. Got a couple more pictures of things that I can put up for sale, because they're no good to me and they're taking up space that we need to use. So that's that going to be sorted, and I'd like to get everything to the bin that's for recycling and that can't be used because it's been water damaged. So expanding wood and all that kind of thing that just won't dry out really, and it won't burn. So not unless I had an incinerator, which I don't have. So I shall go and take all that. I don't like throwing anything away. I do intend to aim for zero waste, but certain things I just, you know, But it starts with the intention, and zero waste is quite a thing to aim for, especially when you've got so much stuff coming in from different directions. So it's finding what you can and rehoming what you can and doing what's best for the highest good. So yeah, I'm gonna get my coat and go for a walk. But I promise you, if this is the first time you've watched us, I promise we are not like drama queens here. We don't do drama really. We're usually full of well, everything, but and truth and honesty. And if I didn't share my truth today, I would be bullshitting you. I wouldn't be giving you a full story or a whole story, or you know. And this is my truth. This is me living my truth. And I'm here for the highs and the lows, and everything in between. I ain't gonna miss out bits just to keep things joyous and merry, because that's bullshit. And everything's welcome. Every feeling, every emotion has its place and its space and its reason for being. And now I allowed that anger earlier. I'm not angry now. I'm just really, really, really sad and disappointed. Really, like from the pit of my stomach, and my heart aches, because to have that happen is just so sad. So anyway, feel free to subscribe to keep an eye on the truth of really what happens building our off-grid community, and follow me and my rescue dogs and my chickens, and all our little community, everything there is to share. And I will be sharing it as honestly and authentically as I can with you guys and girls and all that in between. Happy winter and season's greetings to whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you believe, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, which you're not in winter, are you? You're in summer, I guess. So sending lots and lots of love. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to know more, see more. If you're really into it, press that notification bell. And don't forget, we're well and truly open to comments, and I'd love to hear from you. I certainly will answer back to all those who send messages. Or follow us on our Facebook page as well, to Creative Roots Portugal, and see how we go. Alright, well, big loves to everyone from the bottom of my heart. Catch you later.